Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. It looks like Lorna Slater hasn't quite finished costing people money. There's at least another £200,000 up the Swanee because she decided to end DRS in a huff. She could have done it properly, or she could have even continued with it, but decided no, much more important to make a political football out of it, regardless of the cost. Well, that cost has just grown again. The people who were losing their jobs are now going to sue for compensation, and that's likely to cost in excess of £200,000. Personally, I think only one person should have lost their job, and the scheme could have continued without her. Anyway, we'll take a look at this, see what's happening, see how much it's going to cost, and see why Lorna Slater's still in a job, but yet these 40-odd people aren't. Here goes. So, laid-off DRS workers could sue for compensation, costing the Scottish taxpayers £200,000. It should be a bill that's handed to Lorna Slater and say, there you go, Lorna, you did this. You have to pay the £200,000. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Won't happen, but it would be nice. Staff were told 5 days before they lost their jobs, and now taxpayers could be liable for their compensation claims. Not enough time, you see. The fallout from the deposit return scheme's employment controversy could end up costing the taxpayer £200,000. This is the controversy. Really, is that they could have gone ahead with the scheme without glass, which is going to be the plan anyway. But no. Lorna Slater, we can't go back on that. It makes me look as though I don't know what I'm doing. We'll just end the scheme and blame Westminster. Tough shit for those 40 people losing their jobs. At least I can't come out of it smelling of roses. That's not what you smell of, love. Trouble is, can't get rid of you. You won't sign up to get rid of the old sewerage problem, will you? Anyway, as many as 40 workers suddenly lost their jobs when the SNP Greens recycling policy settled on a delay until 2025, following years of backlash and the last-minute battles with the UK government. Circularity Scotland, the government-created company, entered administration shortly after. Now, this is because Lorna Slater didn't do her job, number one, because she didn't go and get the necessary permissions well in advance like you should have done. And then secondly, when told that she could still continue with it except for glass, went, I don't like that. However, refused to talk to the glass industry. At every stage, they demanded 3 different meetings with her. She refused 3 times because she knew if she talked to the glass industry, they'd say, whatever you do, don't put glass in this, because it's only good under the current scheme. If you own the glass, your proposal is to sell it back. We ain't buying it. What are you going to do with it? Well, this is it. Stupidity of the highest order by the world's most stupid politician. Anyway, now the former workers are part of the protective award case that is to be submitted to the tribunal service by employment lawyers at Thompson's Solicitors. They claim that the workers were not given enough notice following the collapse of CSL. Greens Minister Lorna Slater, her decision not to push ahead with the DRS, despite being given the go-ahead for the 2024 launch, was heavily criticised at the time and continues to be and will in future be. There will not be a time when that woman is not criticised because she gets nothing right. Her biggest critics, it's hard to pick which one's the biggest one, there's so many. Her biggest critics now say she should have been the one who paid the price with the loss of her own job. Ta-da, just said that. Reports reveal that the workers could receive up to 8 weeks' pay for being made redundant without the statutory consultation period. The maximum weekly amount available is capped at $643. This meaning individual payouts for staff will be more than £5,000 each. The final bill could hit $205,000 and would be funded by the UK's National Insurance Fund. This should come out of not out of UK funding. This should come out directly from Scottish funding, just to make the point. Play silly games, win silly prizes. Conservative MSP Maurice Golden said, "Yet again, taxpayers look set to foot the bill for the chaos of the DRS." The staff were put in an impossible position with very little notice, thanks to the shambles that unfolded, and thanks to the sheer imbecilic lunacy of Lorna Slater, the world's stupidest politician. He continued, after how badly she botched this scheme, Lorna Slater should have been the one who paid the price with the loss of her own job, rather than staff and taxpayers suffering the consequences. The DRS spiralled into a policy battle with the UK ministers and bitter retorts from industry leaders, who said the inclusion of glass was a deal breaker. The project aimed to attach 20p cost to all single-use glass, cans and plastic bottles in a bid to improve recycling. Recycling is already pretty high. For glass it's over 90%, it's about 90%. Don't need it with glass. In fact, putting the glass in actually makes the scheme worse. When you're dealing with room temperature IQs, you know. Anyway, CSL, who said the scheme could push ahead without glass, as stipulated by Westminster, could not afford to keep on staff, and at the time it was feared staff would not be paid for the work they had done. This is all down to the Scottish government. It's all down to the SNP. They should be sued for this. Sure, pay these guys out of the National Insurance Fund. Fine, get them paid. They need to be paid. It's not their fault. Get them paid, and then send the bill to the SNP. Send the bill to Lorna Slater. David Martin, the head of employment law at Thompson's, told the Times that it is unlikely staff will receive any money from the administration process, and the protective award route is their best hope for compensation. He said, with the majority of insolvent businesses, you're not going to get anything from them. With this, we can get to the insolvency service and they can cover debts of up to 8 weeks. If you've just lost your job, that can be a pretty decent payment. A spokesman for Interpath Advisory, the company appointed as administrator at Circularity Scotland, said the joint administrators did not wish to comment. And if you ask Lorna Slater, I bet she doesn't wish to comment either. She is definitely the one that 100% needs to lose her job. It's a shame the taxpayers have to cover up yet again for the SNP Green government's complete and utter lunacy. Anyway, coming up. So, the wonderful Miss Lorna Slater has yet again shown that she's completely unfit for any kind of office. She doesn't listen to people. She doesn't even schedule meetings because she knows that the things the people are going to say are either going to be completely against what she wants to happen or she won't understand them because she's really stupid. Like, utterly stupid. She really is a stupid woman. And of course an ignorant one. And someone who won't ever bend. She can never admit she's wrong. She's conceited that way. She's arrogant. And so all these people are losing their jobs because of her stupidity and arrogance. Should be one person losing their job. And that's Slater herself. Anyway, I shall finish there. Thank you very much for listening. If you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember, still recycle. It's the wise thing to do. Bye.